We are learning more about the man who was shot by police during that shootout in Dinuba last night, feet from the high school. Suspect being identified as 29-year-old Luis Piceno. He remains in critical condition tonight. The officer is recovering after being struck in the leg. The shootout has the police chief a bit shaken, knowing what happened nearly a year ago to the day. Our Ben Morris joining us live where that shooting happened, again just feet from the high school. Ben.
Yeah, that's right, Alex. Police responding here to the corner of Kern and I Streets for a disturbance reported around 8 o'clock last night. They were only here for minutes before the bullets started to fly.
Dinuba 2, medical aid for gonna have 2 gunshot victims, officer down.
Officers were called out to a report of a man with a gun making threats last night around 8 near Dinuba High. Officers tried to calm him down. They say he responded with gunfire.
The individual opened fire in the direction of the officers, striking at least one of the officers, and the remaining officers opened fire on him.
Dinuba Chief Abel Iriarte says his officer was hit in the lower body. He's okay and already out of the hospital. He says the timing of this incident is eerie and shocking, with the 1-year anniversary of the murder of Selma police officer Gonzalo Carrasco Jr. happening on January 31st. The chief says they had been discussing a planned memorial for Carrasco just before the shootout happened.
We were talking maybe an hour before the incident happened. I went home and then got the phone call. And just like you said, you know, it hits home. First year as a chief of police, and it's probably the hardest thing to do, probably.
The suspect, Iriarte says, is responsible for shooting his officer has been identified as 29-year-old Luis Manuel Piceno, who had warrants for attempted murder, domestic violence, and a long rap sheet. One woman who lives in the area said she wasn't home at the time, but her daughter was, who told her all about the horrific scene as it unfolded. She says there was a person yelling obscenities, threatening he was going to kill everyone, and that he had something in his hand. Unsure if it was a gun or a piece of metal, but he was hitting the fence of the apartment and yelling by the apartment window. And the Tulare County Sheriff's Office has taken over the investigation at this point, and we will keep you posted on the condition of the suspect. Reporting live here in Dinuba, Ben Morris, KC24, local news that matters.